G'day guys and welcome back to Raging Rhino. Alright, it's time for episode 14 of The Bad Batch. This episode is called War-Mantle. Now usually based on the title of the episode, I can usually pick what the episode's going to roughly be about. But based on this, I really don't know. And to be honest with you, I really don't care. Hence why this review is coming out a day late. I sat down last night and I was thinking to myself, I gotta watch this. And I just couldn't be fucked, to be honest with you. It's not that good of a show. I see the final couple of episodes of this season. I don't know if they're doing another season, but I see the final episodes of this season culminating to all the characters that have sort of had their cameos, a bit like The Mandalorian, and them coming together for some ultimate mission or something. Anyway, so we'll see where this episode goes. Let's take a look and you'll get my thoughts right at the very end. Okay.
That we are in the middle of a job for Sid. If we deviate, we will not be compensated. No money means no food.
And probably another death.
Oh, yeah.
That's more important than getting paid.
Right?
Well, the kid's got a point.
So what is this, another clone that's not affected by Order 66?
I will arrange for our departure.
Yes, Prime Minister.
See, this stuff is actually interesting within the context of Star Wars, basically. That stuff is quite interesting. But in the context of Disney canon, it's
I'll bring us in low
shit.
to avoid any possible tracking scanners.
I was dragged that way.
He wasn't dragged that way, he ran away from the beacon that way. Amiga's gonna be like, they need our help, Ricker, let's go and help! And then they'll go and help. Something's not right. Or they'll get captured, and then they call out to Rex. What's the bet? It's a cloning facility.
The name's Gregor. Now let's move out.
Gregor.
Gonky, we need you!
It's working. Systems are back online.
What? She just plugs it in and that fixes the ship from being shot. There should be multiple broken bones.
I'm afraid your services are no longer needed.
They're gonna execute him. Clearly, they're gonna execute him. And that's where it ends. Alright, well in isolation, that episode isn't actually too bad. Again, I mentioned throughout that episode, this story is actually a pretty good story. This one episode has given probably more to this entire series than the entire series. But it's the fact that it's within Disney's canon. That's the biggest issue with it. Now again, I don't know if this is doing any damage to the expanded universe. It very well could be, and it very well probably is. But again, I don't know. So for me, in isolation, this seems to be okay. But there are a few issues with it. When Hunter falls down the mountain, you would think that every bone in his body is broken. He shouldn't be able to get back up and surrender the way that he did. I think that was a bit far-fetched and reaching a bit to think that he didn't have any sort of issues. I'm also glad that really didn't revolve around Ahsoka too much. But again, we're now coming to the point where we've got another clone who is not affected and wants to desert the Empire. Now, I know that there is a transition from clone troopers to non-clone troopers or volunteers, and that's fine to show that, but to say that the clones' inhibitor chips aren't working properly, or, you know, they're not following orders, or they're not good soldiers, I think is a reach as well. I liked what they did in regards to showing how the Kaminoans feel about the Empire taking over. I thought that was really good. I don't know about them killing or executing the Prime Minister, and we didn't actually hear the blaster bolts. We just see the doors leave and he gives the nod, so you automatically assume that he has been executed. But yeah, coming off last week's episode where it was just a garbage episode, an absolute filler, this has pumped a little bit of life back into it, but it is just one episode. I now see it even more so being that we've got to get a bit of a culmination of a few characters to now come and help rescue Hunter from this Imperial base where they've been recruiting volunteers. Or training volunteers, I should say. So anyway, look, it was probably the best episode of the series so far, but that's not saying much. It doesn't take much to beat everything that we've had before. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below if you watched the episode. If you didn't watch the episode and you've just been tracking along with a few reviews and that, let me know what you've been thinking about it. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Later, guys.